What's up guys, TC here and welcome back to Starbound, and today I wanted to show off my next project I've been working on the side. This is a continuation of my battle series. This is going to be a battle tower. I've got a lot of new maps. This whole facility, I wanted to show off a little bit of it today. I've also got 6 weapons that are ready I wanted to show off at the end. There's a lot to it. I'm really excited for it because it's really just a lot of improvements over the old maps. This one's got a lot of things that the other one just like, I feel like basic necessities that it didn't have. It's still obviously under construction. This is where all of the little weapon assemblers are going to go. This one's going to have a proper med bay to it, which you can see here heals you super quickly. Which the other one, surprisingly, my other ones I didn't think to put a med bay in. But yeah, this new map is going to have about probably 20 or 30 new weapons. I'm also going back through and kind of revitalizing some of the other weapons that were in there that didn't quite have as much oomph to them as I wanted. This new facility, also what I really love about it is the layout. One thing I kind of really don't like about my old maps is that they're just kind of spread about, and the only way to really navigate them is to run around. So I designed this new one kind of from the ground up to be, it's just like a central tower and you go straight up and all the maps are stacked on top of one another left and right, and it's on this trail, this little tram system here. So real quick, we're going to hop on this. We're going to ride it up to our first level, which you can hop off here, and as you can see, this is how it is the whole way up. It's this symmetrical system on both sides. It's nice and easy to navigate. One of the new things I love here are these little information panels. So if you walk up, each map's going to have one of these. You just click it and it pops up. It gives you the readout for the map. So this is undergrowth. It recommends 1 to 3 players. Information, so it'll give you like info on the map, the hazards that are there, the different power-ups that are on the map, the objective bonus, like the thing when you turn on all the switches, and every single one is going to have different ones for this. We'll check out undergrowth real quick. And as you can see, this is the first one I made, and it's kind of a dark green, kind of a cool dark hue to it. One of my favorite things that I've really started incorporating into the new maps, if you notice, you'll see these little leaves are falling everywhere. It's because I've wanted to add some ambience to each map, and so this one here, you'll see these leaves are kind of dropping all over the place, and it really makes the map feel a lot more alive. And every single map has something kind of like this, so that it feels more immersive. And I really love the way it makes the map kind of just overall play and feel. It adds a lot more character and life to the individual maps. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm making sure I incorporate stuff like that in every one of these maps. Another one over here. You'll have to record it. It's a little laggy whenever I'm recording. This is sewer. So sewer is surprisingly, this one it's got the poison lake at the bottom, but this is all robotic enemies. It's a little bit of a smaller map. I think it recommends 1 or 2 players. On this one, you'll see if you look really carefully in the kind of poison water at the bottom, you'll see there's bubbles kind of come up. There's these little gas clouds kind of come out of the water. You'll see poison drops dripping down into the water and stuff like that. And it's those small details that I've really been trying to hammer home that kind of make these maps feel more immersive. So if we hop on the tram, we'll ride up. And again, you'll see that these are basically just stacked on top of each other, and they're always symmetrical, which is really fun. Again, you can do the readout for both of them. Over here we have, this is my very first tentacle map, so I haven't done any of these on any of my battle maps I've done before. But this one's really cool. I haven't put the kind of the particle effects I want to in this yet, but this map does have randomly spawning tentacles, so they'll kind of pop up out of the ground every now and then, and you have to kill those. It's going to be really fun. I'm not fully done with it yet, so I don't want to show it off. Over here, I wanted to make a close quarters map, which is what this thing is. You can see it's very, very tight corners, tunnels, stuff like that. It's great for melee and shotguns. And this place has really cool enemies. They teleport at you to attack you. Again, not fully finished yet, but super excited to keep going. If we head up here, we've got my last map that I finished. This is a little higher up than the other one. There we go, pop off. And this is Gravity Chamber. This is a small map. I'm going to hop out of admin mode for this so I can show it off. But this one's really cool. So it's essentially split into 2 here. Let's do this. There we go. Hop out of admin mode. And so yeah, you'll see this map is got kind of like an upper area, and it's got a lower area. And when you turn it on, this little generator here in the middle, it essentially generates a low gravity field. So we're going to turn that on real quick. You can see the gravity now, and in just a second you'll see it change. There we go. So now we can jump around super high. And yeah, super fun. Really cool. It does, you lose the gravity effect up here, but as soon as you drop down below, you regain it. And yeah, really fun, really cool. This map's cool because I made the enemies that you fight, a lot of them revolve around jumping, so they can also take advantage of this low gravity. And essentially this thing turns on and off every minute while the arena's on. But yeah, so you'll see. It'll once it turns off, we'll lose the effect. And there it goes. So now it's back to normal gravity. There we go. Let's hop out of or into admin mode. And now, real quick, this is where the next one's going to be, and I'm going to continue. I'm probably going to have about twice as many maps as you guys have seen today. I'm going to go back down here to the bottom, and I want to show off some of the weapons that I've been working on. I'm really excited. I've been trying to go back through all my old weapons and basically kind of make sure they're balanced and also kind of add some life. I know some of them weren't really as inspired in the last map. I know a lot of the rocket launchers were very, very lackluster, to say the least. So I went back through and I've kind of revamped a lot of them to be a lot cooler. One of my new ones I've made, it's not a rocket launcher, but this is a new shotgun. I'm trying to make pretty much one new weapon in each category if I can. And I really love this thing. It's surprisingly cool, looks really cool, sounds cool. So it's basically a shotgun that shoots high decibel, like acoustic blasts. Yeah, and it looks really cool. I love it. It's got like a piercing effect, so it shoots through enemies. And this is a great time for me to show off my new firing range. In the old two maps, I had like a firing range, like air quotes. It's a testing range, but they were garbage. Like I didn't really care much. So I wanted to make like a proper one, which is what this is for. And in this one, you can spawn in enemies. Spawn an enemy and he can't hurt you. So we'll hop out of admin mode here. But you'll see he can hit me, but he can't hurt me. See, my health doesn't go down any. So yeah, it's a nice way to actually be able to test the kind of weapons, and you'll see here the shotgun here is a great way to kind of test the ability on him. Let's kill him real quick. One thing that was interesting with this is that finding a good monster to make the enemy here was difficult because there are some monsters, basically all of them resist something, like maybe they're like the robots are weak against electric, but they're resistant to poison. So whenever you're testing out an electrical weapon, it makes the weapon seem stronger than it is, and then vice versa. It makes poison weapons seem weak. So I made sure that this guy, I got rid of all of his resistances, all of his immunities, so he's a perfect test dummy for you to walk around and test. He's got the same health as like a kind of a larger monster that's kind of tougher. So I really kind of balanced it out and made it better. Another thing with this shotgun here, so aside from that, the sonic attack, you can also use it to get around. It's got this pulse jump to it, which you can use to pretty much gain a lot of height. Really fun. You can use it to go vertically too if you aim it behind you. Very, very fun little weapon. I've been making some one-handed weapons as well. Some stuff you can't always make them like super complicated, but I wanted to add some new weapons. This is a new pistol. It's a Vex plasma pistol. And this one I think slows enemy and makes them glow as well. You'll have to excuse the lag a little bit. Whenever I'm recording, my computer can't keep up. I have another one here. This is a cool one. This is a stasis grappler. This is another one-handed weapon, and it locks monsters into a stasis field. So whenever they're locked into stasis, they can't move or attack. So at first it sounds overpowered, because what are they going to do? Like, you can basically just kill them for free. But it costs quite a bit of energy for one-handed weapon, and this one, whenever they're in stasis, they take less damage. So you'll see even in the description, locks enemies in a stasis field that prevents movement but increases their defense. So as long as they're locked into it, you can damage them, but they don't take as much damage. So I feel like it kind of balances out. If you have an annoying, like really fast enemy, you can lock them into stasis and kill them with the other weapon. It's a nice little addition that adds some new flavor and play styles. I have a new sniper rifle here, so this one's really cool. This is the uranium sniper cannon. And this weapon's awesome because essentially it's slow firing and it's only like moderate damage, but every time you fire it, you're going to see it drops a uranium shell on the ground. And the shell, when it drops, will damage enemies that walk near it. So we're going to shoot this guy. You'll see the uranium shell dropped here. And yeah, another thing about this is it applies, so it's kind of moderate damage, but it applies burning and poison. So you'll see we'll kill him here. But yeah, it does drop that little uranium shell on the ground. Anything that walks near this will get poisoned. So real quick, we're going to spawn another in, shoot him, And you'll see he's on fire and he's poisoned at the same time, so the damage over time is really high for this. And also you'll see the little uranium shell poisons him if he gets near it. So that's fun. And another thing, I'm trying to tie in weapons like secondaries. I want to make them more kind of thematic and fitting well. So this one, you can eject a shell that's not been fired, and it'll burn and poison enemies. So you'll see this one here burns them and poisons them. So it kind of functions like a little bit of a grenade launcher. And that's kind of a cool secondary that matches with the primary. I'm going to kill this guy real quick. There we go. And so you'll see those little rounds will stay. I think they hang around for like 4 seconds each. So it's cool because it means like as you're retreating, like you're shooting enemies, as you retreat, it kind of leaves this little trail of defense for you. On to this next bit here, I want to show off. I've been going back and giving some more love to the rocket launchers because I feel like they don't have any. They haven't really gotten what they deserve in terms of love. So you'll see here. This one here is the Terminus rocket launcher, and if you watch closely, you'll see the rockets on the top actually move down as you fire it. And so it's very high damage and very slow firing, but definitely cool. And it has a secondary where the rocket launcher splits in, or the rocket fired splits into thirds. Kind of spreads out, and so I kind of added that because this thing is really great at like single slow enemies, but it's like impossible to fight kind of really small fast enemies, especially ones that are on the ground. So I wanted to give it some options that it could fight enemies like there. It does take a lot of energy, it does fire really slowly, but if that's your play style, this thing's definitely for you. It's not fully done yet, I still need to add some particles to it. I did add this is a new bazooka, so just a standard bazooka. So this one's one-handed, and so like this looks one-handed, but it's a two-handed weapon. This is actually one-handed. It's like kind of like a classic bazooka you hold on your shoulder, and it just shoots a regular rocket. It fires a little bit quicker than the other one, but it doesn't do as much damage. So yeah, I've been trying to go back through, add some new weapons, kind of breathe some new life into some of the less inspired weapons, which kind of leads into my next thing. I get people all the time that are messaging me about making new weapons or making them a custom weapon for them. And people message me on Reddit, they'll leave messages on YouTube, and I really would love to make people weapons, but like some of the stuff people want is like really difficult. So what I've decided to do is I've opened up a Fiverr page, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically you can just kind of pay people for little services. And if you have a specific custom weapon you want and you really want it and you can't find a way to make it yourself, you can send me the details on that and I can make it for you over on Fiverr. It's just making weapons is such a process, and this doesn't mean I'm going to stop pushing out free weapons and everything. I'm still going to be putting out all the normal weapons and stuff for free, but if you have a specific custom weapon that you want, I can make a specific weapon for you, the exact colors, exact details, make it behave exactly how you want. Just head over. It's going to be in the link in the description below. So if that's something you're interested in, just let me know and I'll get on top of that. But anyways, that's going to wrap up today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and I'll talk to y'all later.